So I log into Cyrene. First thing that I see is ready to go instant solo, and then I'd say I'm ready. So click I'm ready, or yeah, I am ready. Entering Imperium Snow Base, Trade Terminal, and Repair. So those are the options. Okay, so let's just see about the repair. I can do that. I can do that. And yeah, so I'm going to go for a repair on this. I'm going to repair my armor with the Mech Lupine. No, it's not the right one, but it doesn't matter. I need that repair. It's good to keep your armor repaired because it gives you maximum protection. And the more it's damaged, the less protection you have. So you might as well keep it repaired. Okay, so 300 fed for all that. And where am I for weight? It's not that at all. And then I've got some bullets here, so I'm going to split the bullets. I'm going to bite the bullets. Convert to ammo. I think I should be good. Everything that I need. And we got everything that we need. Go to the trade terminal. Animal adrenal oil, market value. You see, those are all stuff that becomes TT food on Cyrene until there's more action at the auction. And I'm not going to be crafting. I don't plan to carry anything into space. If you see me in space, don't even bother. So it should help a little. And this, I really don't need that. You see, that's I need like 100. Never gonna sell on Cyrene. Not either. Not either. That's never gonna sell on Cyrene. That's never gonna sell. That's doesn't give care for that. I like paint cans. This is way too high markup. That I just leave it and accumulate it. And this here, wool, we don't need it. What else? I don't need that. And I don't need that. Okay, so let's just go through. Thanks for your patience. Let's go hunt the Mech Lupine. Oh, I've got to choose which instance I want. Yesterday we were in generation 2, 3, and 4, and that was fine. So let's go here. Oh, Mech Lupine. Mech Lupine. 35 and 43. 43. I got a feeling that it will be hard if I go for 43. I could try it later. I'm gonna go back to the other end. This is where I want to kill the Mech Lupine. If it's not Mech Lupine, just tell me because you know I'm part Italian. That's how I think it should be from now. So, I got 6 hours to get an all-time high. Okay. You know what? Let's go. Let's not be chickens. I don't want to include you with being I get it. I was the chicken who didn't want to try the level 43s. I'm also the chicken who changed his mind. I'm the chicken who changed his mind. Why did the chicken cross the street twice? Because I'm the chicken who changed his mind. Okay. We're gonna know 23. 13. Oh, you see, that's no good. So he crits me right away. And there's a reason, is that I don't have a special armor like I have my vigilante and my nemesis adjusted. I bet he wouldn't have critted me so fast. But this one's still better because I got cold, electric, acid protection, I think. And that is needed with the Mech Lupine. Because the Mech Lupine, they don't dish out the damage that they seem they should be dishing out. And not only that, they're part animals. Because even though they look like big robots, they give off, they actually release animal adrenaline. So there's nothing to be understood. Don't try to make sense of all this because there's none made. There's none to be had. It's not very intellectually effortful. That's okay. There's nothing to criticize. Life would be boring. So, you know what? They're comfortable to hunt. So I'm gonna stick to the level 4s, and who knows, maybe even try the next level up and see how that treats me. Okay, the loot, way better. Um, All I need is a nice juicy hop so I can hunt the rest of the day there. Come on, guys. No use getting killed right away. Best way to kill these creatures are to aim at its scrotum. The Mech Lupine weaken the scrotum. Oh, crits me twice. What are the odds? This is the one that contains the all-time high. And the odds are that great, they can turn around at any moment in your favor, can they? Mind art. Oh. you know, I think they're just the right level there. Not work too hard. Twin token. Yeah, so I put all my twin tokens at auction. I'm not living the dream.
L'expérience mange le sabot, le professeur un oreille lui pousse dans le dos. Quand que plus de rats, on se tourne vers le soldat. Tant que l'argent est tout pouvoir, y a plus de bon Dieu, c'est comme ça. Peu moins 15 là, puis une trentaine d'ébola. Fais attention, en échappe pas, ça pourrait se répandre sur les rats. Peu moins 15 là, puis une trentaine d'ébola. Fais attention, en échappe pas, ça pourrait
Yeah, so today is physical training day, so I'm looking forward to it. It's fun. The more that I'm doing it, the more I'm looking forward to it. So that's what I was hoping. Mech Lupine. I like them. They're ugly, scary. They're furthest thing from human. And they act just like the World Economic Forum. They step on your head with their big ugly Nazi boots. Interesting. By now, you know that I dislike the World Economic Forum and everything it represents. You know that. I think that a lot of the pain in this world at the moment is caused by these people and the elite bankers who absolutely need war and violence and need division, so they need to sow political, like I would say, identity politics into the people so that they can divide and rule. And they know that if they don't sow identity politics into the people, everybody's going to turn against them because of the pieces of shit that they are. So identity politics is essential. It's a basics of political science. You even see that I was when I get into my ideas, sometimes I forget what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm into political science. There's like 30,000 kings and queens in my family tree, and I'm being conservative. Okay, so you fall out of the instance. Interesting. I'm gonna go back to it because I had one that was. Did I kill him? Oh yeah, it was him that killed me. Problem is that nobody elected these people and they appointed themselves as like leaders of the world. Well, I've got one news for them. There's no, they're not the king. I am, motherfuckers. You see, it's easy to appoint yourself the king. One thing I know is that if they try to come and tell me what to do, I'll make them my bitches. Like, what people don't realize is that Quebecers are actually the descendants of the Norman kings of England, man. So anybody who tries to physically take us on will get what's coming to them. Do you know about George St. Pierre? Well, he's the number one, or was at least the number one warrior in the world. And you know why? Because he's a Quebecer. Think about it. 6 million people in Quebec. The rest of North America, 350 million people. Yet, Quebec is still its own entity for the moment. They're trying to change that. They're trying to invade it, but it hasn't happened yet. And what's the most pathetic is if you study history, the people who are behind all of this actually are the people who used the Normans and the Vikings to colonize and take over Europe. And now they wipe them from the earth. Now that they've been used, it's like, get out of the way, we're here now. And I'll never name, you can go look and find out these things for yourself. I would say the best way to do so would be to build your family tree. It'll ultimately lead you to the truth. Pretty much everybody has a very interesting family tree, and everybody's each other's cousin. So everybody has very famous people in their tree, and everybody has a story to tell. But if you work up your family tree, you're going to find the truth about history. Now, some may have more difficulty than others, but if you do it right, nothing will stop you. If you use DNA, gather with people, you will find who your ancestors are. I did. And you're going to find the truth. Truth is totally different than what people think it is. Somebody's scared of those Normans, that I can tell you. Remember what happened in Europe during the Second World War? Who landed in Normandy, in Dieppe? Who were the ones who liberated Europe? Who was the major regiment behind all that? You got it, man. Good old Vikings. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that they had to stop Sweden there from going around the world with the UN, United Nations, because they were just too rough on people. It was hard for them to contain themselves. You think that's true? ever looked at the Swedish Army? Go look at videos online of the Swedish Army. Sweden's right next to Russia, but Russia never bothers Sweden. Or hasn't lately. When you look at the people of Scotland and Ireland, the Picts, they come out from like the Ukraine area. The Picts are Huns. The McDonald's family is R1A1, a haplogroup, just like I am. Just like the what they call the battle axe culture. Just like Attila the Hun, just like House of Arpad. Actually, you can see the royal family of Hungary, House of Arpad, leads into the House of Wessex, and you can actually see the influence of the Hungarian royal family on the colonization and implementation of Christianity in Europe in general, and their association with different royal families of other countries in order to implement the religion, which is Catholicism. And Catholicism was used as a tool of colonization, as a warrior religion, sort of like Islam. The kings of Constantinople that were pushing this religion were for the most part, Khazars, or sons of Khazars. Religion was always meant to be a form of control. Now, I'm not saying that religion's bad, because I do love the idea of morality. I think we need, as a society, morality. But morality should be, based around what's good for individuals and peoples within, and groups within the communities. But I don't think that individual rights should be brimmed in the name of the collectivity. I'm not a communist, nor am I a totalitarian. I also don't believe in fascism. I believe in social democracy, but well balanced. I think that the materials like gold and iron, all the minerals, that should be like nationalized. Like it should be the community that owns this and not necessarily individuals. You shouldn't be able to buy a piece of land and grab all the gold. So I think that it should belong to the community. And then means of production should be privatized, which is totally not what communism is. So if privatization was, if I would say like construction or making stuff was privatized, then the act of creating or fabricating would be of value, and let's say the materials that you use to create that would actually, the revenue would go back to the community. So communities would be richer, they wouldn't be depleted of everything that they have, or at least they would be getting something in return for it. Not like it's happening right now, for example, in Canada, where foreign entities buy rights to mine from the government, and the next thing you know, we don't know where the money's going, and nothing is gained and everything is lost for the people. And at the top, the rich are laughing. That doesn't make sense. So I would say that if there's going to be surveillance, it shouldn't be surveillance of the people by the elite. It should be surveillance of the elite by the people. Then I believe that technology would be well adapted because it would be used for the right purpose of surveilling people that are supposedly the leaders so that they don't abuse of the position that they're in. Because there's more of a chance of a leader or an elite person abusing of the situation of power than there is of a regular person just abusing. And also it's way more serious when an elite person abuses of their position of power, sort of like Justin Trudeau does constantly. And it's so important to him about the privileges of the people of Parliament. Canada's broken beyond repair, man. Like, I pray that the US invades us. You can call me anti-patriotic. Come and tell me to my face. I'm way more patriotic than you could ever imagine. I'll tell you who's not patriotic. Justin Trudeau and his post-nationalism. His communist ideas. Venting, killing Mech Lupine while venting on Justin Trudeau, the worst Prime Minister in the history of Canada, who actually applauded a Nazi. Now they say they didn't do it on purpose, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, this government is fucking clueless, man. They are the stupidest government. These liberals never seen anything more stupid than. I've been following politics big time. I know my politics. And these guys, they're not politicians, first of all. They're fucking idiots. And what they were is people that were chosen by the World Economic Forum to be the next leaders. And then we would have voted for them. Yeah. Funny how that works. Freeland's grandfather is a Nazi, according to everything I've been seeing. So, like, we've got like Nazis in power in Canada. This is fucking crazy. Like, Nazis that go around calling other people Nazis, and that's the worst part of it. It's like, yeah, Nazi, yeah, Nazi. They called all the truckers Nazis, and then they hired somebody to put a flag, and then they filmed it, and then they said that all the truckers had done that, put a Nazi flag. This is like the stupidest fucking government ever, man. And seriously, and then the fact that the RCMP don't do anything, they just let it happen, it just shows that this country's broken. These people should be in jail. In any normal country, these people would be hanging against like lampposts. Anyways, I'm not saying it should happen to them. Just talking about normal countries. I'm dead. Yeah, the police in Canada, they just let everything happen during the pandemic. They didn't do anything. Let all the psychological abuse and the gaslighting, that's still going on today. That's what psychopaths do, man. They gaslight, they abuse, taunt, they poke sticks. Go watch the video of Justin Trudeau's reaction when his
brother died. He's like next to his mother. And go watch what he says about his brother and how he reacts to it, and you will see the real personality of that fucking maniac. He doesn't have feelings. He's just no emotion. He's a robot. His wife, they broke up, you know? Like, he can't even, like, keep his family together. But yet he's, like, wants to help Canada. Pathetic, man. When everybody was, oh, that was a big crit. Not much I could do. So they crit. Doesn't matter. I'll just keep on hunting. I wonder if... Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm going to try the adjusted vigilante. I'm going to see how I react with that. Then I'm going to try the nemesis if that doesn't work. There's two left one. Oh, that's not good.
Okay, so this armor is going to be worse. I'm going to have to go with the gremlin again.
Now, my opinions are my opinions, and I stand by them. Like, during the pandemic, when he was telling everybody, you know, it's science, you don't believe in science. Like, my argument was, like, I believe in science. This is the problem, is that this is not science. We're talking about pharmaceutical companies that have to make a profit. So the basis of their design when they design something is how to make a profit. So anything that's medical orientated is not so much orientated towards saving the patient's life as it should be, but more as how to maintain a steady stream of profit long term. And that, it can't work. It can't work when you go in and get your arm punctured 3 times a year with a fucking vaccine. That's not science. That's not progress. That's fucking barbarism. You gotta be a fucking idiot to think that that's progress. But then again, they're the people that rule and they're fucking idiots, you see? That's the thing. And then a lot of fucking idiots follow them. That's the problem. And then they think they're super smart. They create stuff like, you know, artificial intelligence and all that stuff. But look at it. It's so faulty. There's nothing. They're just going around implementing something that's totally faulty, that they have no control over, that they don't know anything about. It's just like, oh, look, I just made a fire. I'm so fucking smart. But they don't know what the fucking fire is and how to contain it. They're idiots, dude. Really, we're run by idiots. By idiots who think they're smart. Now, I don't think I'm smart. I just know that they're idiots. I never said I'm smart. Earlier I said something about me being a king, but that was just a point to show that you can self-appoint all you want. Everybody can self-appoint themselves. what determines who's the king is who do people actually follow. What I'm seeing is that people are really getting off the Justin Trudeau bandwagon. It was like the people who love cute guys, they like Justin Trudeau. The people who not really into politics, they like Justin Trudeau. The people who can't be bothered with what's happening on this planet, they love Justin Trudeau. They put Ukrainian flags on their profile pictures because they don't understand the history about what's happening. Like, when you go kill a Russian, you're killing your cousin. Like, these people are related to us. Huh. But the people who run the show are related to us, but from much further back. You see? You know, when you're sitting on the Silk Road for 6,000 years, that gives you an edge. So we've been hunting Mech Lupine for 37 minutes. I'm gonna make them hour shows. I don't like I see that, you know, there's other guys that make shows that last 2 hours. I'll keep it to an hour. Shrapnel 31.5. So that was a good one. When it pays for my bullets and repair, I'm happy. So I know I can take on the level 43, but I can't really stay long, and like I can't be a lunatic. I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing or else I get killed. Boom. Yeah, so if I get a half or an all-time high and it's filmed, that would be great. But if I get absolutely nothing, then that'll be filmed also, and you're going to see the reality of the Mech Lupine. Because it's easy to see all the hops that are happening at a hop, but you don't see all the people that lose money. Because Mind Arc makes sure they don't lose money. You bet your boots. Yeah, so there's one thing that scares the elite, and it's populism. I love populism. I like watch wrestling on Sundays afternoon. I like the stuff of the ordinary people. I like when people meet together in the village and dance, rejoice. Ever since the 80s when they took over the municipalities for globalization, everything changed for the worse in Canada. And you gotta thank who? Ron Mulroney, who likes to defend Justin Trudeau and all the other globalists that go around ruining the planet in the name of their own fucking like, happiness. And then he imposed the GST and goods and services tax. Justin Trudeau's father, Pierre, he's the one who like sold out Canada to the private banks. Ever since Pierre Trudeau was in power, like before that, Canada wasn't in debt, and now since then, Canada's spiraling towards debt. And then every time the Liberals come into power, we get spiraled into another big spiral of debt, and people realize it every single time, so they vote them out. But like last time, the Liberals, they were so voted out that they only had one representative in the House. And look where they are now, they're back. And what did they do? Come back and take their revenge on Canada for what Canada did to them the first time, because they wanted to wipe the Liberals off, but they didn't manage. And the Liberals said to themselves, look, now we're back, you're gonna see, they're gonna regret having tried to vote us out. And then they fucking ruined us. And tell me it's not that. Tell me, look, it has to be that. Because they never did anything to make things better. Not one thing. It was just constant revenge on the people. Unbelievable. Ever since the Liberals have been in power in Canada, since the beginning, like the last 7 years, it's been a revenge on the people. It was like gaslighting, taunting, and then or ignoring. They don't listen to what people have to say. You want me to stop talking about it? Just go watch something else. Fuck off. I needed to get bullets. Oh, he's after me? Okay. Okay, I can deal with that. Well,
Yeah, so it's pretty equal strength. That's why I can't really be not paying attention.
Rome.
Yeah, so they're the same government that put all kinds of laws in place so that you can't share Canadian news. They're the ones that like stand by the government of China, believe that they're a wonderful country. Now, I got nothing against them. They're actually the ones who colonized the world. So that's the truth. Like, China rules, man. And you think they don't? Haha. Where do you, all the stuff that you buy, where is it made? It's not made here, it's made in China. Now tell me, who rules? You're just a bunch of fucking idiots. And nobody understands the way the system works. And then when a guy like me talks out, he gets labeled as a nut. You just have to read history, you gotta go into libraries and read and dig further just to find out the truth about how the world works, you know. Like they invented money 8,000 years ago, you know, or 6,000 years ago. And money was used to colonize. And what they did was pay kings, they paid the Zongnu, and they paid Persian Shahs, and they got everybody around them to do their dirty work and to be their warriors. And these people, these kings would ride horses and run around with bows and arrows and kill everything that moved and clear the way for the empire, you know. And then when nobody listened or they weren't satisfied, they would attack, you know. And Mongols attacked in 1200 AD and Europe was invaded. They get invaded every once in a while because, you know, when you don't play by the rules of the masters invade. And so there was, you know, those that are behind all that. I mean, if you take a look, you can look through history. Everywhere through history you have these people with like long brains and they went around and they ruled, you know. If you go to Peru, you can see that the people that lived in Peru with long-headed, red-haired people, the genetics go back to the Crimea. So Ukraine or the Crimea was actually the center of where a lot of the civilization was developed. I mean, it's where like, the plains or the steppes are where human beings evolved into like cattle herders and into like horse riders and horse warriors, and it's where metallurgy like evolved. I'm not saying it's exactly where it developed because it developed, you know, south of that, but still metallurgy evolved greatly. And the Indo-Europeans, they moved north and they ended up in like in Scandinavia and they became what they call the battle axe culture. So that's why my lineage is what they call Indo-European. It leads through Scandinavia and down into the Middle East, and if you go back far enough, it leads into the Assyrian, it leads into the Middle East, because ultimately that's what people are. I mean, we're a mix of all the people from the world, but there's a main story where you see there was a people from the south that were agriculturers, and they moved north and they mixed in with the people from the north that were hunter-gatherers. And both became essential to each other. And within those hunter-gatherers, there was also the fisher people, fishermen, people that would fish on the ocean. They're a form of hunting. And then so the balance of the people that were agriculturers with the people who were hunter-gatherers created society as we know it today. But everything worked with a dynamic. I mean, you had like seasons that affected the people that were running farms, but it also affected hunter-gatherers. So hunter-gatherers, there were seasons where it was harder for them to have food. So what they would do? They would go towards the village and they would mix into society when they had to. And then when they didn't have to, then they could go back into the wild, and it was just the way they loved it. All these aspects of civilization, of humanity, were important to the evolution of the human being. One doesn't go without the other. So when today we're talking about, oh, meat's bad, you shouldn't eat meat, that's bullshit, man. It's not true. Human beings were like, they need meat. Meat is the most nutritious type of food, and look, it's so nutritious that they don't want to stop us from eating meat. They want us to eat fucking bugs. Right? Who's they? Like the globalists. And then they want to make fake laboratory meat so that they can sell it to you through McDonald's. Who's they? Bill Gates is one of them. Everybody knows that. So, human beings are meant to be close to nature. So when I hunt the Mech Lupine and I see it fall into the heap of trash that it is, I don't cry. I send it to recycling. Go to recycling, Mech Lupine. So yeah, the loot's pretty shitty, and thank you very much, Mind Art, for nothing. But the world will see it. So I'm anxious to see how long this video that I just did is gonna last. Okay, so I invite you to take a look at that too. It's a bit of a test. I'm being very thorough in my thoughts, and I want to know if it's gonna survive on YouTube. Russell Brand's being attacked right now because of his opinion. Like, free speech is being attacked everywhere. So that's why I'm doing this. And also, if I can get a few people to look into what I'm talking about, my job will be done. Life is not all about gaming. Yeah, but that Nazi situation in Canada, man, holy fuck, these guys are dense. Today is Truth and Reconciliation Day in Canada. To honor the Native Americans that were here before the European invasion. Now, European invasion, yeah. I know my ancestors didn't have a choice, they were getting killed. There was like a genocide happening towards Protestants. And oddly, you know what's weird? Is that my ancestors were Protestant money changers. And then they were all replaced, those money changers. They ended up having to run away. And guess who are the money changers now in France? I won't tell you. Go look. Now you'll understand why the Protestants got moved away. Europe was conquered. It's all that happened. The Protestants, they were Europe. and Europe was conquered. Europe was conquered from the south. And the best way to keep a conquered people is to make them believe that they're never conquered. And that's what the state of Europe is in Canada. But Canada and Europe conquered. Total fucking Hunger Games, man. Like the taxes that you pay, they leave Canada. Like they don't, like people who pay taxes in Canada, the taxes don't stay here. Okay, so there's yeah, well, we're at an hour. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the show right here. I'm gonna kill this one, stop the show, and then I'll post this video, and then we'll do another one later. Okay, and we've done this one, and then I'll invite you to like and subscribe, share, comment. Okay, so that's it for this segment. Talk to you later.